because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Now worry is not a new thing. It's been around forever.
Amen.
We've seen it with His own chosen people. Every time something happened, they fell apart. Every time something come against them, they fell apart. Every time. But every time God had a man or a woman that would stand. I think little David, when a whole army was scared of a giant, he trusted and believed in the Lord. And he stepped out in faith.
Amen.
Amen.
And he wasn't scared of that old giant.
Nope.
Didn't scare him one bit. He said, you might have that sword and that shield, but I come with Jesus on my side.
Yep.
And he swung that stone. Like I said a while back, he could have swung it, he could have thrown it to the left or to the right. And I believe that thing would have curved around it and still got on it. It got Goliath right in the forehead, just like it did. Because that's how much he believed God would do it.
Amen.
He didn't want them boys. He said, just step back. He didn't want none of that fear. You just leave it back there. I'm stepping out in faith. There ain't no room for fear. Stepped right out like it wasn't nothing, and God moved. Just like that. But if he'd have been just like the rest of them, worried, everything's going to fall apart, well, guess what? It would have fell apart.
Amen.
It would have fell apart. They never would have won. But we got to trust the Lord. It don't matter what it looks like. If we're good at looking through our eyes at what things look like. But that's the fleshly eyes that we look at a lot of times. Well, we need to be looking through our spiritual eyes. We forget sometimes.
Yes, we do. Amen.
But we got to look through our spiritual eyes. Trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. You know, God promised them a land flowing with milk and honey.
Amen.
What was the first thing that happened when they got there? Oh, they went in and checked it out. They brought back clusters of grapes. They had to carry them on a stick. But oh, once again, there's giants in the land. But they was two good old boys that said it don't matter.
Amen.
We'll go. God says we got it, and then we got it.
Amen.
We can win it. But fear. Worrying about giants in the land.
Amen.
Last time I checked, God's bigger than any giant.
Amen.
But they forgot about that. Looking through their fleshly eyes instead of their spiritual. Worried about what them giants could do to them. But like I said, God's always got somebody there. He's got somebody that'll step up and say, you know what? I'm just crazy enough to believe God can do it.
Amen, brother.
I'm just crazy enough to believe that He will do it. He said He'd make way where there seemed to be no way. So I'm going to hold on to that. Because at times we've all been in situations where there wasn't no way out. In the fleshly eyes,
Amen.
there wasn't no way out. We didn't see no way out. The wall was too big to climb over. Kind of like the wall of China. Great Wall of China. Went too far, you kept walking, couldn't get around it, couldn't get over it, shortcut to go through it. There you was. But God can make a way.
Yes, He can.
He can make a ladder to go over it.
Amen.
He can punch a hole through it. If you need to, He'll give you a shovel, you can dig under it. But there's a way through.
Amen.
There's a way to cross.
We might not understand it. We might not know how, but we don't have to. We just have to trust Him knowing that He's going to do it. But the enemy's there all the time trying to get us to worry about things. Just the least little thing. You know, we're good at turning a molehill into a mountain.
That's right.
About 2 seconds, we turned it into an unsurpassable mountain.
Man.
It ain't nothing for God.
That's right.
No matter what it is, it ain't nothing for Him. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Whatever it is, it don't matter what it is this morning. He says He shall bring it to pass. If we trust on Him, if we let Him take care of it, if we don't get our meddlesome hands in the middle of it, trying to help Him out just a little bit, because for some reason we think He needs help, then it'll go through. But you know what? Sometimes we have to be patient and wait. Well, that's strike number 2 on us, because we don't like to be patient either.
Man.
We don't like to wait for nothing. That's obvious in the world that we live in. Things are getting faster and faster and faster. You got fast food. You don't feel like cooking, you can go pick it up in a couple minutes. You don't want to wait in line at Walmart, they've got their express lines again. You can go check yourself out. The grocery stores,
Amen.
get in, get out. That's the way we want it. Fast, fast, fast.
Run in, run out.
God don't work like it.
No, we don't.
Sometimes it takes time.
Amen.
He has a plan, He has a reason. You all know, like I said before, since March, there's been times where I've been impatient. I wanted my new client, I wanted it right then, I wanted a permanent one, and I was ready for it. But then God's time. Sometimes we just have to step back and wait.
That's right.
Because we don't see the big picture. And you know, God will allow us sometimes to see the big picture.
Yes, He will.
And this week, He showed me the big picture.
Amen.
Now this new feller I'm a-getting, I didn't realize it, but I was talking to a lady that works at the Asheville office. 2 years ago, they tried to place him with somebody, and it didn't work out. For some reason, they said it didn't work out. Well, we know God had a reason.
Amen.
He had that perfect person for me. And at the time, I still had Eric, but God knew. He knew exactly. And so He put a hold on that.
Amen.
And now come full circle. Here He is. Now, I could have got ahead of myself, and y'all know that I did one time. And I paid the price.
Big time.
And I learned my lesson. And though sometimes I still got impatient, I said, Lord, I'm going to wait on You. I don't like it. I'll just talk to Him honest. I don't like it. I don't like waiting one bit. Lord, You know, You said, and you know we're bad to do this. We throw the scripture at Him. Lord, You said You know what I have need of, and I need somebody that I can take to church.
Man.
What is taking so long? I'm just being honest with you. We've all been there. What is taking so long? Well, He made it work. He made it work until that fell through. There was a reason why I had my other little fell. He had a plan.
You see that?
For a season, sometimes we might have to do something that we don't want to do, that we don't like, but it is part of His plan.
Yes, it is.
So we just got to follow through with it. We got to follow through till the end result comes around. And it will come around, but it's going to be in His time. And He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord. Wait patiently for Him. Fret not thyself because of him whose prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, forsake wrath, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord shall inherit the earth. He will bring it to pass. But we have to do our part. We have to wait. Sometimes we patiently have to wait. We have to trust Him, knowing that He's going to do it, because He said He would. And we ought to go ahead and start thanking Him. Instead of worrying about it, Lord, I thank You that it's done. You said it was done, so it's done.
Amen.
I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know where, but it's coming.
Yes, amen.
So I'm just going to thank You now, and I'm going to sit and wait for it. Because like I said, every time that we start to worry over something, we start to stress ourselves, it's a lack of faith. We got to increase our faith. He gives us a measure of faith. He gives it to us. If you don't do anything with it,
It's your fault.
it's your fault. That's right.
It's your fault.
It'll get stagnated. It's got to increase. It's got to keep moving.
Amen.
We know any kind of water, you stand by the river, as long as the water's moving, it's good. But when it slows down and when it stops, that's when everything gets settled down in.
Yes, amen.
Yep. You start seeing all them little
Critters.
mosquitoes, they start laying eggs in it. Because they can't lay it in that rough water, it'll just wash them away. But that water that ain't moving, they lay their eggs in it. You see all them little nice critters squirming around in there. The water ain't moving, it'll start growing algae and everything else.
Amen.
It ain't good for nothing. But we've got to increase our faith.
Amen.
Things happen for us to increase our faith. We forget about that. Instead of worrying about it, we say, Lord, thank You. You know, we like to thank You in the good times. But when the hard times hit, we don't want to thank You. We want to start grumble and gripe and complain. A lot of times He let these things happen so we can grow. We'll never grow if nothing happens. How are we going to increase our faith if nothing ever happens?
That's right, amen.
Sometimes we have to go through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes we got to do it. But we'll come out stronger on the other side. We'll trust Him just a little bit more. We'll believe Him just a little bit more. Our faith will increase just a little bit more. But it's got to keep increasing. That's why people ain't making it nowadays. Instead of trusting Him, they'll just throw up their hands and give up. It's too hard. This Christian walk's too hard. You ever heard anybody say that? It's hard. Well, I don't know about you, but it wasn't easy in the world. I had it hard in the world.
The way of the transgressor is hard.
Yes, amen. The way of transgressor is hard. And we all know that because we've been there before.
Amen.
But we got to keep pressing forward. We'll never see the end result if we give up. We'll never get what He promised us if we give up.
Amen.
We got to keep pressing that. Quit worrying over things. Quit letting the enemy, you know, we're good to let him in our mind. There's a reason why He said to resist the devil and He'll flee from you. We've got to do some resisting. Because he's always going to be there. He's always going to be trying to put down. He's always going to be trying to knock you down a notch.
Amen.
Always trying to get you to take a step back. Trying to make you throw your hands up and quit. He's always there. He ain't going nowhere. I hate to tell you. He's not in our home, we're in His. Because this is not our home. This is a temporary dwelling place.
Amen.
But this is His home. This is where God put Him. Kicked Him out of heaven, He put Him on this earth. He's stuck here for now. He does have a place waiting for Him too.
That's right.
It's a coming.
Yes, it is. Amen.
It's a coming. And that's the reason why He's kicking it into overtime. His time is drawing near. I know we've all heard it said a million times, but his time is drawing near.
Yes, it is.
Our day was closer today than it was yesterday, and so was his. So he's going, and he's trying to find somebody.
Yes, he is.
Now, he's looking for somebody that ain't been reading their Bible like they should. He's looking for somebody that ain't been praying like they should.
Amen.
That's the way a predator does. They're not going to go after the strongest critter they can find. They're going to find the weaker one that they can catch. Because that stronger one's going to put up a fight. And that predator don't want to have to fight for his food no more than he has to. So he's going to go after that weaker one. He's going to go after the one that's in the back of the line. That's what he's looking for. And sad to say, he finds it every day. Christians have let down. Not been doing like we should be doing. We've all been. But this ain't time for it. But worrying and carrying on ain't going to get us nowhere. I'm going to go to Matthew 6. Matthew chapter 6. Starting with 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap,